sit here and warm up for a couple of moments while I go put a round bale of hay out. So for those of you asking how much or how many square bales equal a round bale, and I was wrong in my thinking earlier when I said about 6 or so square bales to a round bale. It's actually more along the lines of 10 to 20 square bales equal a round bale, because there is density, crop density. They have to figure in the weight of the crop, which is basically density, and how big the round bale is, whether it be straw or hay. You have to figure in all those when comparing square bales to round bales. Bet you guys wouldn't expect to see anything like that on this channel. It's when you get a little creative. Need to wash this tractor, put it in the shop later so we can wax it, blow the cab out, clean the windows, get ready to put it away, get all this oil off the back end of this thing, because the rear remotes do leak, as well as those 3-point arms. They have a little seepage to them, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up, and we're just going to work at making this thing like brand new again. It's not dirty as far as like any major mud or anything like that. It just needs cleaned up. Well, nothing like a nice clean tractor. Gonna leave the pressure washer out. I think Dad's gonna use it to wash this dryer off and get some of the dirt and stuff off of it, because it needs a little washing. It's filthy. So I think that's what he's gonna do. I'm gonna take this up, put it in the shop, and let it drip dry, and then we're gonna get to working on doing other stuff. Is going on. Block buildings are nice, but when it gets cold out, they unfortunately keep the cold air in. I have, however, turned the thermostat up over there. Need to turn the heater on for a minute, just to knock the chill off of things because, well, it's cold on this side of the shop, and I feel that you, however, need to equalize the heat out on both sides of the shop if you're going to be working in here. That's just how I feel about things. So, yeah, might as well turn this guy up too while we're at it. Just like that. The blower kicks on that we've redone. Takes the hot water over from the other side over here, blows it on out. There's lines that run out yonder that way to the other side of the shop here, and it runs out there, and it, however, runs out to the boiler. So yeah, kind of not a big fan of just leaving that exposed up there, but it's how it needed to be. So it's only been a maybe like 2 minutes, and it's already getting warm in here. I'm gonna shut that off, and we're going to just let it heat it up like it should. So what we need to do is we got this Hesston all done. We got the starter on it. We need to take it out of here, and we need to blow the toolbox out because it is just, it's all full of dirt from the dryer and everything. It don't really seal the world's best, so we're gonna blow it out. We're gonna blow this can out because it's got dirt in it. We're gonna blow this can out because it's got dirt in it. We're gonna blow that can out because it's got dirt in it. And we're just gonna take and blow all the dirt off this tractor before we go ahead and wash it. It wouldn't make much sense to blow all the dirt in the shop here all over this nice clean 8300 John Deere. It would not make a bit of sense whatsoever blowing the thing off in here and getting a nice clean tractor all dirtied up. So we're gonna blow the thing off outside where dirt is supposed to stay. Outside instead of inside. Things should start over or turn over a whole lot easier now. No, yeah. A whole lot easier. Starter is kind of a pain in the butt to change on this. Got to take this throttle linkage off here, and because it is in the way, you got to take this fuel shutoff line loose. That's that guy there. No. That's the hand throttle. That's right. That's the hand throttle. You gotta take the You gotta take the hand throttle loose. You gotta take the foot throttle loose as well. So that way you can get the bolts on the starter, get them put back in where they belong. That's what has to happen. That makes sense. I like those wires being exposed like that. I don't know, but it's how it is. Need to take the leaf blower and blow all these leaves away from here. However, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time in the day to do that, because it's just a skosh after 1 o'clock and the sun is right there. It's one thing I don't really care for this time of year, is the positioning of the sun. Need to take a blower for sure and blow back behind these tanks here, most definitely, and get all the leaves out of here before they get wet, and then you can't do nothing with them because they're wet. They won't blow. So we will first off get this tractor done, what is top priority at the moment, because it needs washed. It is a little dirty, and we're gonna give it we're gonna wash it and give it some love. We tucking, or no, oops, we've got to blow the can out. Darn it. Oh well, it's nothing that the hand can't do as far as removing all the nasty dirt and everything that is collected down inside of this can. Oh well, it happens. You know, I'm rather surprised that John Deere didn't make some kind of a step that come out the side of the frame. Make it easy to get up on top of the thing to, there's a fly there, to wax the hood. Would you just look at the difference? Would you just look at that difference? Clear to dull. Man, is it just, wax makes things a whole lot brighter. Now, I still don't know how I'm gonna get over top of the fender yet. Surely don't want to stand on that and break it. I'll come up with something. Well, that don't look bad. You can clearly see the faded paint next to the waxed and shiny paint. It don't look bad. Although we did miss a spot when we washed. Gosh darn it. But we're getting there. If them fenders could come off, it would make this job a whole lot easier, but do the fenders come off? Yeah. Yep, you just take these bolts out here and take that and get rid of it. But we're not going to do that because it is set exactly where I want it for pulling the Salford. I mean, yeah, all that is just 2 bolts. Why can't I take that off? Well, because then you probably mess this up down here. No, this is what supports this framework. It holds a fender. I don't know. No, it feels like one welded. Is that? No. It's bolted. Yeah, it's bolted. Okay. Yeah. We waxed this side the best we could. It don't look bad at all. Well, we still need to do from this point to that away, but that'll be for another day. We're getting there. So I wanted to check the engine hours and just see what this thing is up to. 5,940 hours. It was at 5,770 or 75 when we bought it. So we've almost put not even 350 hours on the tractor in 2 years. This will be the second fall that we have owned it, and we have only not even put 350 hours on the tractor. So that is why we bought this tractor as well, is to help keep engine hours down on all the other tractors on the farm, so they are not, well, so the engine hours are not going up as high, trying to do all of the jobs, run the Salford, the grain cart, versus if we didn't have this 8300. We got this tractor so we can keep the engine hours down.